Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make a super easy and delicious pan de muerto. And this recipe is also going to be in my new cookbook that it's now available to pre-order. So if you want to learn how to make it, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alright guys, so let's get started with our ingredients. For this recipe, we're going to need 4 cups plus 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of active or instant yeast, 1/4 teaspoon of ground anise, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, the zest of 1 orange, 1 tablespoon of Mexican vanilla blend, 1 tablespoon of orange extract or orange water blossom, 1 cup of warm milk, 3 eggs plus 1 egg yolk, and 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So these are ingredients. Now let's get started. Alright guys, I'm going to be using my stand mixer, but of course if you don't have one, I will leave the video in the description box of how you can make this bread using your hands. So to the stand mixer, we're going to be adding our flour, the sugar, the salt and ground anise, the orange extract, and I'm going to be using instant yeast, but if you're going to be using active, make sure that you dissolve it in your milk. So add it in. Now I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And while that's stirring, we're going to be adding our Mexican vanilla blend, the orange blossom water, or you can use the orange extract, along with the 3 eggs and egg yolk. Drop one at a time. And here we're slowly going to pour our warm milk. So make sure that the flour gets hydrated. We're just going to scrape the walls of the mixing bowl to make sure that we get all of the dry flour. Now just allow that to mix for 3 minutes, and if your flour needs a little bit more milk, go ahead and add it. Okay, so after 3 minutes, the dough should have formed. So here we're going to begin to add our butter, and the butter, make sure that it is at room temperature. Okay, now here we're going to turn up the speed to medium and allow it to knead for 10 minutes. Alright, so after 10 minutes, we're going to get our dough out of the mixing bowl. Just going to form it into a ball. And the way you're going to know that your dough is done is if you stretch it and you're able to see right through it. That's exactly what you want. So now just shape a ball and transfer it to a greased bowl. Like to grease the top. Cover it with plastic wrap and a kitchen towel. And now we're just going to place it in a warm spot and allow it to double in size. Alright guys, so after 1 hour, my dough has doubled in size. So now we're going to get ready to divide it. Just going to remove it from the bowl. And here, just remove all of the air. Now, depending on how big you want your panes to be, then it depends on how big you're going to divide your dough. Or it also depends on how many you want to get out of this dough. So I'm just going to be dividing it into 4 even pieces. Kind of create kind of like a loaf like that. I'm going to cut it in half and then half again. From each piece of dough that we separate, we're going to be cutting a piece. This is what we're going to use to decorate our bones. So now just get your little ball of dough, deflate it, making it go all inward. Okay, flip it over, turn it, and press it down. And here we're just going to cover it with some butter and transfer it to a baking sheet. Alright, so as we have divided our loaves of bread, we're just going to cover them and allow them to rest for another 30 to 45 minutes. And as for the rest of our dough, we're just going to be dividing it into small balls, and you should get about 20 of them. This is what we're going to be using to decorate the bread. Okay, and here we're just going to be rolling them into small balls. We're just going to set them to the side until it's time to decorate our bread. Alright guys, so once our bread has doubled in size, now we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. And once we have that going on, we're going to make our egg wash. So here I have 1 egg. To that we're going to add 1 tablespoon of milk, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and a pinch of salt. And we're just going to whisk it together. And once we have that, we can set it to the side. Alright guys, so once we have our egg wash, now we can get ready for the fun part, and that's making the decoration for our bread. So we're going to create our little bones, and each bread is going to need 4 little bones. So make sure that you keep that in mind and begin to roll them back and forth. So once we have all of our bones, now we can get ready to place them on top of our bread. So we're going to get our bone, and here we're just going to create an X. Here we grab the ball and just place it on top. Okay, so once we have them, now we're going to grab our egg wash and make sure to rub it all over. And once they're ready, now we're going to place them in our oven and allow them to bake for about 18 to 20 minutes or until they're nice and golden. All right guys, so after 20 minutes, my bread is done. So now I'm just going to allow it to cool down for a few minutes and then we can finish them up. All right guys, so after a few minutes, our bread should have cooled down a little. So now we're just going to brush them with some melted butter. And we're going to be sprinkling it with sugar. I like to use sanding sugar, but of course you can always use regular one. I just like the sparkles that this one gives. Just like that. We repeat to the rest of our breads. All right guys, and just like that, we can now get ready to enjoy. So get your cafecito, your champurrado, or your glass of milk. I am so ready. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. Now let me tell you guys that making bread can be a little intimidating, but just make sure that your yeast is good to go. And let me tell you that it's honestly so worth it. It's a little time consuming, but they're honestly the best. So hope you give it a try and enjoy it just as much. Cheers and enjoy. Look at that. So flavorful, so moist, so fluffy, so soft. They're just perfect. You can taste the anise, the orange. It's so good. Alrighty guys, and there you have it, how to make a super easy and delicious pan de muerto. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and if you agree with this recipe, please don't forget to tag me in any of my social medias. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys keep part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.